Here we go. Yeah.
Boom, boom.
ADGT.
Damn good time.
Do. Dun, dun, dun. It's a damn good time.
Smash them up.
Yeah, baby. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a Damn Good Time podcast.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Another one.
Welcome, everybody. We're back in the studio again.
Like we do
Here we are.
on our special day.
What more do you want from us? We're here, damn it.
Now, some would want to see us naked. Some would want to see us dead.
Whoa.
It says one or the other. I don't know which one it is.
I'm pretty sure they all want to see us naked. But we're not going to do that for it. I'm pretty sure that's against the
50-50. Roll the dice.
The YouTube guidelines. We cannot get nude for you here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll start our OnlyFans soon.
Yeah. Well, drop us some comments. Let us know. If you want us to do that, we'll do that. We're not above the money. You know what I mean?
We're always below it, never above it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Or maybe the money's always below where I want it to be. So I'm willing to drop my standards down in order to pick that money up,
Like I said.
until the money and then my standards kind of meet,
Yeah.
Somewhere there's a balancing point in there somewhere.
Is there, though?
I mean,
Is there?
yeah.
Because you just do
For what
stupid-
I'm willing to do, the money has to be
for
above
what you're,
it.
Oh, for what you're willing. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a ratio in there.
But where's that sweet feather line at? Where you're like, damn. Man, I don't feel bad about myself, but that's a lot of money.
So currently we're sitting at, hey, hang out with my bro
Right.
and talk on the internet is here.
Yeah. We don't.
And
need
then the money is like zero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
then we get into, shirtless pictures. I'll do that for free. Pictures of my butt, $5. You know what I mean? Then it's, less article of clothing, some dumb shit, things,
Yeah,
you want to watch me jump off a building into a burning bush, then,
It's
$50.
$10.
Yeah. 10, somewhere around in there.
I
And then it
mean,
keeps-
but the line's probably like 50.
right. Yeah.
And then you do all kinds of weird shit for $50. I'm telling you right now, you would.
$50 is $50,
Yeah.
right?
I might require 100 for half the shit he's going to do for half the price. So you're welcome already.
I don't know. It's really, I don't know what kind of weird shit that you're thinking about or versus the weird shit that I'm thinking about. There's a very high dollar.
That
on
is a weird question. And that's like something that like, I don't say I've thought about deeply about, but you think about like porn stars and stuff like before they go into a shoot and they're like, hey, we want you to do this. How much money is it going to
Yeah.
We'll pay you this. And she's like, oh, no.
Or even
I'm going to need this. Like, is that negotiable? Do they have agents? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah, or even if you're thinking kind of instead of the sexual thing, think of Jackass. So like we're gonna brand a penis on penis shape onto your ass.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna do that. Well, you're getting like $5 million for this movie and then royalties. Like okay, yeah, I'm gonna
brand
do
me
that.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do this stunt, and then you're getting paid for it.
I always felt the worst for the big fat guy in Jackass.
Preston Lacey.
Preston.
Yeah.
I'm like, because he never did the most ridiculous shit in there, but they also made him do the most ridiculous shit. Like
He always had to be like in his underpants and running to where everything was jiggling.
yeah, there's one of the big fat jiggly man. So
Yeah, he was never really in too much danger, but he was in that kind of uncomfortable embarrassment mode, which I do believe a lot of that was that too, because there's a lot of penises in that stuff too.
yeah.
Like I think Steve-O got his dick stung by a bee.
Oh, I think he did a lot of
But that's one thing I've heard him talk on, like, because he's got his own podcast now. I haven't listened too much, but I've heard excerpts, and I've listened to him talk on other people's podcasts and stuff. And his was always more about the attention.
Yeah.
Obviously the money was great, and then he did a lot of drugs though too. But his sole thing has always been about the attention. Like,
yeah. Now he's completely sober, and like,
yeah,
he still does crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I remember he was like doing a cooking show with Gordon Ramsay, and he put hot sauce in his eyeballs.
Yeah, dude.
It's like he's still doing what he's doing, but he's just like,
he's
not wasted
completely nuts,
anymore.
dude.
Yeah, not wasted anymore. It's like, oh, Gordon, I kind of like to finish my omelet. Let's just put a drop of hot sauce in the eyeball. Here's Gordon Ramsay. He's like, you're completely crazy. You're crazy psycho.
You fucking twat. Yeah. No. And I think that's the craziest thing is that now he's still doing crazy shit, and he's sober.
Yeah.
You'd think like the drugs and the alcohol would make it easy. It probably made it feel easier. He didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
He still got hurt, like, because he's had broken bones and, sprained this and that. But you don't have to worry about that till the next day. But at the time it's happening, it's like, fuck, dude, I'm high on ketamine. Of course I'm going to jump off of this into that.
A bunch of guys in their early
20s. Whereas now he's sober and he's still jumping off of this into that.
A bunch of guys in their early 20s just like having a damn good time. But
a damn good time, bro.
That's too hard, too fast. And
dude,
once you live life that hard, that fast, like, and you can't do it anymore, then you're like, ugh, now what do I do?
Dude, and that's the thing is, like, I never did it to their scale with their talent because I never made it on TV doing it. But, you'd see some of the dumb shit they're doing. Like, yeah, fucking, I'm going to get in a shopping cart, roll me into that fucking curb over there, Or I even remember in college, there's shout out to anybody that went to Hawken College between the years of 2002, 2004 that hung out on Poplar Street at, I know his name was John. I forget his last name.
Doesn't matter. You probably shouldn't give his last name out anyway.
No, I'd love to.
No, just call him John.
He's never going to see this.
You don't know
John,
it anyways.
Yeah, John, if you're watching,
you probably shouldn't give people's last names out randomly.
Dougie Fresh, Laurel, fucking Abby. Like, there were so many fucking people. Digis, fucking so many people. And I remember we, like one night, we were just jumping off of the roof into bushes and stuff because it was fun. And then we were, like, drop kicking each other. Like, I forget who I had on my shoulders, and I was hanging them on my shoulders, and, like, I think it was John Lang. Sorry, there's your real name. He took off from, like, all the way down the hall and just ran and drop kicked me straight in the stomach while somebody was on my shoulders and shit. Like, just dumb shit. We'd put our heads through walls, just for fun. Like, we destroyed that fucking house, but it was a blast, dude. And it was kind of that jackass energy because that was one of our huge. And like I said, obviously we didn't do half the shit that they did, We were never really in fear of our lives. We probably could have got hurt.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But it was that fucking jackass. It was so cool back then.
Yeah.
To be like self-destructive and stuff.
Yeah, the self-destructive nature. I mean, it comes out in everybody at some point in time where it's kind of like you're invincible, right?
Yes.
And your kids are going to go through that, by the way.
Oh, my God. If they're half of
get ready for that.
Yeah, if they're half of what I am, I'm going to be scared, dude. I used to break beer bottles over my head for fun at parties.
Yeah.
I did that. I literally fucking did that.
Yeah. Yeah, just the stupidest shit you can possibly do. And, like, just, like I say, just thinking you're invincible and not worried about what anybody else thinks about you and stuff. Which that's, you should all have some, at least, consideration, not worried about what everybody thinks about you in some sort. But
yeah,
you should also worry about people. Like, don't be an asshole, too.
Well, and I do think a lot of it is just those fucking hormones. It's like you're just full of testosterone.
Yeah.
You feel like you got something to prove. And, back in the day, it'd be like, we would just been hunters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you want to do something today? Like, yeah, what's going on? We're going to go kill that fucking saber-toothed tiger. Like, fuck, yeah, we are.
Yeah,
Give me a fucking, you know what? I don't even need a spear. That was daring back then. I don't even need a spear. I'll tackle the motherfucker. You guys spear it. That was your daring feat back then. Or like, I'll get the fucking buffalo to chase me and you guys kill it before I die, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll eat it,
buffaloes, mammoths, whatever it was.
Yeah, that shit was out of
Primal
necessity.
hunting,
yeah.
So
Whereas now it's like, well, I can't do anything, so I'm just gonna jump off of this roof into a bush because I need some kind of adrenaline rush. I need to thrill, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get in bar fights. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go do this. I'm gonna go do that. Like,
Yeah, I'm glad I never really got into that phase.
nah, yeah,
Never a big fighter.
no, I never got the phase either. But yeah, it was always maybe not destructive for the most part, but like
But
at least some sort of fun was happening where
Yeah.
you could at least get your testosterone.
Yeah, but
out.
that's one thing, and I think that
I was hitting on the ladies.
yeah. Because that's actually, I do remember specifically one party I was at. There's a big old brawl going on, and I'm not gonna name names because those ones are close to home. But there's like all these dudes just arguing and fighting, and it was like a perfect. There's like a lot of guys and a lot of girls, and everyone was equally getting fucked up. There's kegs involved. It was dope, great time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the dudes started fighting, and then people started yelling, and then like punches were being thrown, and there's some tussles over here and some tussles over there, and then next thing you look up, and it's just all the girls were gone,
Yep.
and it's just a bunch of dudes. Some of them got their asses beat. Some of them, they may have won the fight, but they're like still bloody, and their shirts are all ripped and shit, and they're probably, they're gonna feel the pain tomorrow because they still got socked in the mouth a couple times and shit.
Right.
And I'm just standing there like, dude, guys, I thought we were gonna fucking like get laid or something tonight, but no, you guys had to go.
Nope. You had to be
Instead of taking that energy out on some ladies and talking to them, you had to fucking what? You obviously they weren't impressed. They ran away. You scared them.
I was in there, but the guy be like, "Ladies, come with me. We got to go. This is gonna get bad. You got all of you come with me. I got a safe place for us to go. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Trust me. Trust me. They're all a bunch of idiots. I know. They're dumb. Just get in my car."
Yeah. I guess I was never that smart to be like, oh, I could take you to Safe Haven. I was just like,
Yeah.
this is so exciting. I want to watch it.
We're going to my brother's house. It's a good spot.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever did that either. But I also was never at any of those big parties that were like ragers of people like beating each other up either. So I always just had a chill group.
Yeah,
so I never had to worry about it.
There haven't been too many that I've been to, but it's just like every once in a while.
Yeah. Them teenage years, I tell ya, full of it.
I think that party I was talking about, I was well into my 20s.
Hey, well,
But I mean, still, it's fucking 20-year-olds still do that. I don't think my testosterone really fell off till like 5 years ago. Honestly,
I think a lot of that's changed now, though. Like the bars aren't popping as much as they were and everything like that. I mean, maybe at least in our area, probably other areas, probably the same.
yeah.
But I think a different eras pop too, because with the social media and with the being able to talk to people online and everything.
And now that everybody's got cameras too, I bet you some of those bar fight people are like, well, I don't want to get somebody's gonna film me if I beat that dude's ass, so they might think twice about it.
Yeah.
Whereas before there was no ramifications. It was all word of mouth, and they're just like, I didn't fight him. Well, he punched me. Like, no, I didn't. And the cops are like, can't prove it. But now it's like, oh, we can prove it. You're going to fucking jail.
Well,
so
as long as
like,
nobody's dead or severely injured.
right?
Then,
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't care. They're like,
But if you showed like
break it up, everybody's going home.
if you showed a video of a dude standing there and some guy just walking up and sock him because the dude was running his mouth or something, it's like, well, that's assault, brother. You're going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel like back then nobody really pressed charges. It's like, well, I mouthed off to him, so I deserve to get hit. You know what I mean? Like dumb shit like that. Or yeah, I grabbed his lady's ass and then I got punched in the face. I'd probably deserve that. I'll try not to do that next time.
Yeah, it better not be that guy anyway.
Yeah.
He's go walking up and grabbing a woman's ass. You need beat up anyway.
You gotta ask for permission. You gotta ask for permission.
That nowadays you need beat up too. And
True. Well, nowadays you're not allowed to beat him up because then you'll go to fucking jail.
well, he sexually assaulted her. So.
That's not self defense on you. You can't.
No, it's also against my woman. I can make a case. Anyways.
Well, but I'm no.
Anyways.
Against your woman, if you're married and stuff, maybe you could like, I was protecting her or something.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like back in the day too, it was like when nobody was really married or nobody was really hooked up together. It's just like grabs some lady's ass, and she's like, "What the fuck you doing?" And then that guy's like, "I can bang her if I stand up for her honor." And then they fucking haul out,
Yeah, sure.
There's always that guy. Like, he's going to jail. It's just like, I don't even know him. I don't know him. Yeah, that guy grabbed my ass, but I didn't ask him to fucking punch him or something.
Anyway, what a start to the show here.
Yeah.
Our 20s.
Let's talk about our teenage.
We didn't
angst.
even do any of that, but anyways.
Yeah.
How's things going? What's up?
Oh man, not
What's new? What's popping?
nothing too crazy this week.
Brand new whip just hopped in.
Yeah. Fucking some Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
But no, man, just working. I was in the shop, normal shit. I'm excited. I finally get a good travel trip because it feels like in January they kind of keep us a little slow because weather can be unpredictable and shit.
Sure.
But now I get to go to California next week. So
California.
that's why I'm wearing this shirt from San Diego, California. I'm not going to San Diego, but
okay.
I'll be near Anaheim, near Disneyland.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna go there, but
yeah,
I gotta work.
You're still just California dreaming, then.
California love. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
So many damn songs about that state.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
California girls.
Those poor Ohioans, we got like nothing.
Yeah, yeah. We got Ohio's for Lovers by Hawthorne Heights. I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Hawthorne Heights that sang that song.
And then the country songs like
For Dead in Ohio. That one's about Kent State.
Oh God. Yeah, oh God.
What's the one about the river being on fire? There's one about the Cuyahoga River being on fire.
Yeah.
Smoke on the water. Yeah, Ohio's got some love there,
Yeah, some love. Sounds like love.
They need to redo Smoke on the Water and call it Smoke on the Train Tracks about the fucking East Palestine shit.
Which is terrible state.
Yeah.
Right. The most presidents came out of here, so suck it.
Yeah. And one of the men on the moon made it from here, right?
I don't know.
That's right. I'm pretty sure that's right.
I mean, it sounds right. We're smart as shit.
Was it Buzz?
We got the Ohio State. Yeah.
Let me start this out by saying who landed on the moon.
Yeah, well, that's easy. And then now
2 astronauts.
Did
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. I think it was Neil.
you think it was Neil?
Who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Neil Armstrong was born in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Ohio made it because I remember that being the joke. Ohio sucks so much as a state, you had to go all the way to the moon to get away from it.
Who the hell said that?
It's a joke, man. Probably some Ishigander.
Well, Wapakoneta was founded in 1849, just in case you want to know. Wapakoneta.
Oh, Buzz Aldrin was born in New Jersey, though, so.
A Jersey boy and Ohio boy flying together. So
makes
just
sense.
northeast
Yeah.
of the climate. The climate has to be like adjusted to be cold.
Right. Can I ask you, though, why the fuck are we considered the Midwest?
You know,
Was that before the whole Manifest Destiny shit? They just called this, like when West was like Illinois?
we're close enough to the ocean, but we're just not there. You know, we're just not there. That's it. They just don't know what to do with us.
But we're closer on the east side. We should be mid-east more than anything.
Oh no, I get it. But they just don't know how to classify Ohio. Because Ohio's so goddamn big too. Like Ohio's bigger than a lot of
It's
states.
a pretty big state, yeah.
It's just a weird shape. So if you put it against other states, you're like, oh yeah, it is bigger than I think. But I mean, it's not the biggest state by any means. We all obviously know that. But still, like, if you put it over top of some states, you'd be like, okay, that's bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
And the population's bigger than you think. And the weather's just better if you're down southern Ohio, southeast. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a mix of so much stuff weird stuff going on. And you're out of the mountain range because West Virginia is the mountain range. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, we're in that valley. into a lake. Like, we just got it going on, is what I think.
Yeah,
and everybody's like, where do we put them? Where do we put them?
I feel like we should be just called Central.
We should just be our own thing. Yeah, Central.
You know, we if anything, North Central or even Northeast. I feel like we might. Because here I'm looking at this map. I've got it up on the screen. If you're watching, North starts at PA all the way up to Maryland or Maine. I'm sorry, Maine. And to me, Maine should be Northeast. That's the most northeastern part of any of this whole entire continent.
It's fine. If you're saying North, but if you're saying North, then you might as well draw a line across like all those other states. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who made this, but they did it wrong.
I'd say we're Northeast, but that's just me.
Yeah.
And then you have a Northeast group, you know, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Virginia. You probably throw.
Yeah, I think it's weird that on this map they have West Virginia. West Virginia is considered South.
Yeah.
There's nothing about West Virginia that makes me think of anything of the South.
That's South.
You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
When you think of the South, at least like maybe like Virginia Beach area, because you get some good summers and springs. North Carolina, I think that's definitely a part of the South.
Right. I mean, Kentucky, West Virginia, you cut right out of the South. They are right sucked into us. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan. That's just one group. That's just one group right there.
Yeah, because we're more
and
similar.
You could just call that the Eastern Hillbillies, and I'd be fine with it.
Yeah. And that's actually one thing that's, I don't know, I feel like there's different maps, because this map even has all the New England states considered north, and I feel like that's just its own region. Just call that the New England states.
Yeah.
North should be more North Dakota, Minnesota, even South Dakota, like Montana, Michigan, Wisconsin. That, I feel like that's the fucking North, because that's where you think cold, dreary, like that's the fucking North, you know?
Who do you think would win in a fight?
Oh, between regions?
Yeah, if you're looking at
South.
If you're looking at this right now.
Yep.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Because they're pretty conflicting with themselves. So, I mean, there's a lot more states and a lot more population going on down there right now.
When you go to deep south, you got Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, even Arkansas.
But
even those motherfuckers. That's where most of the guns are.
What you don't know is population-wise.
Yeah.
Even though West is probably very high here, and South is very high. Midwest, we probably don't have the numbers. North is probably almost has the numbers of South and West, which is crazy.
Right. But those numbers live in very heavy gun law states. So, are you talking population or are you talking armaments? Because there's way more guns in Texas than there is in that whole, probably. You know, when you talk about what's that stat? Like, there's 5 guns for every one citizen.
Yeah,
but I think half of those guns are in the South. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Texas and Florida, bro. Texas and Florida, get out of town.
Ohio's not far away from
Ohio's not far.
It doesn't matter. I'm saying people carry the guns is what really matters.
I'm not trying to slight the Ohioans at all.
I'm saying
I love Ohio people.
Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and then I don't know anything. I mean, now you got planes out there where they're probably willing to go to hell and back too.
Yeah. Well, I feel like everything west of the Mississippi.
The South lost once.
Everything west of the Mississippi until you get to like
terrible to say.
California, Oregon, Washington.
We don't want to think about that ever.
What'd you say?
I said the South lost once.
That's true. I guess if we're going based on record. If we're going based on record alone, scoreboard's in our favor, right? But I don't know if we should go based on
I don't know.
All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry for that. One of the settings got changed on our streaming software, and it wasn't picking up these mics. But sorry you missed out on some of that conversation.
No sound. Still no sound. How did we miss this whole chat window? I didn't even know we had this chat window over here.
You're the one supposed to be monitoring the chat. You have one job, Cody. All right, sorry everybody, but hey, we're back.
We're back.
We're back. And thank you for joining us. We're not used to having this many people on here, so that's cool, man.
Yeah.
You just missed out a whole bunch of us talking about the separation of the United States and why we're considered the Midwest, where it doesn't make any sense. We're more north and east or whatever.
Yeah,
so
we might cut all that too. So it's fine.
Now, if you want to hear what we said, tune in on Monday for the full length podcast. That beginning section will be in there. So
we're good now. Everything's back up.
Yeah. They got. They said they can hear us.
All right. Do you want to do a clap so you know for your
no everything
other
already
rest of the podcast?
None of that ever didn't record.
Well, no, we recorded though.
What?
Did we record for the normal podcast?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All that was good to go. For some reason,
that's what I'm saying. Do you want? Let's cut this little part out here and put that in for the normal podcast.
Nah, everything on the normal podcast is straight. It's straight.
Okay. All right.
I can hit video with the audio recording side by side. It's good to go. Sorry, you guys are listening on all this right now, but we're good to go. We're good to go.
All right. That's what I was saying. Do we want to do a 3, 2, 1? Get back into it for the normal shit. But you got it. All right.
Yep.
All right. Love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Back. Everybody good? Check.
Check. All right. So,
where the fuck were we? Anyways, yeah. The country, I don't know.
The regions are weird. The
divisions are weird. We'll figure it out.
I don't know why we're considered the Midwest. And
we'll just say Haynes.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. How's your week been? We talked about mine. For those that missed it, you didn't miss anything. How's your week been?
No wife and kids for a full week. Means I have no structure and nothing, and it's not good.
You're just living free and wild, man. There's no boundaries for you, huh?
No, it's good. It's bad. You miss everything about your structure.
Yeah.
But then you don't have your structure, and then you're like, I'm gonna stay up late and I'm gonna do shit, and then you're like, wake up the next day to go to work, and you're like, oh, this sucks, and it's like,
I was a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah, and then you go like 3 days like that, and you're like, get back.
Well, and then it's true. It's also too like you don't get the little baby hugs. You don't get some wifey hugs. You don't get that love. You don't get that companionship.
Right. So like, for a couple of days, it's sweet. You're like, yeah. All right. Like maybe like a quick weekend or something.
Who doesn't love a little goddamn peace and quiet?
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody needs a little bit of peace and quiet every now and then. But.
So I left on Thursday night. So I had that first weekend. It's like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like I'm playing video games. I'm chilling out.
It's like free as you'll ever be.
It's good. I'm trying to sleep in, even though that's very hard to do. Trying to sleep in. Like everything's awesome. And then that Sunday hits, and you're like, and you're kind of like, nah, I want that normalcy. I want that kind of.
And then you're just
it's so weird.
I got nothing better to do than just get drunk.
It's so weird that you're kind of robotic like that. And then, and you're like,
might as well get drunk.
Might as well drink this champagne, have a mimosa. I'm not saying I would have if they were home.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And maybe some steak and eggs and like.
But there's a difference between a family mimosa and you're by yourself playing video games mimosa.
Yeah.
And they just don't hit the same.
And then I'll barely eat if I don't have somebody to cook for too, which is funny because like I'm such a person that like cooks for somebody that like if I'm cooking for myself, I will literally not do it.
Right.
Like, I'll just make a ham sandwich.
Right.
Like slash some ham and cheese and mayo on a sandwich and I'm done.
Whereas if you got the family, it's like, here's a 4-course meal.
Yeah, like, oh no, I'm cooking for somebody. Now I gotta like, I'm showing up. What's up? But if it's just me by myself, it's like, it is the saddest meal you ever seen. I might just eat meat, cheese, and crackers.
Right.
And I'm already like, I'm cutting up cheese and I'm still doing work to do it a little bit, like make myself a little bit of a spread. But for the most part, it's the saddest spread you ever seen too.
Yeah.
It's like I just don't have any will to like give myself my own nutrition.
Well, and that's even because I travel every other week, and whenever I'm gone for like that full week, like you said, it's nice you get that break. It's like, oh, fucking, you get in that hotel room, I'm by myself, it's fucking quiet, do whatever I want, and then, but luckily I don't have to cook for myself out there. But it's kind of depressing just going out to eat and sitting at a restaurant. Like, you walk in, like, hey, the host is like, hey, how you doing? How many? It's like, just one. And like, do you want to sit at the bar? I'm like, actually, not really. I just want to sit at the table. And like, oh.
But you're right in the middle of the room.
Okay. And then you're just sitting there by yourself.
Now your server's only getting half a tip.
That,
Thank you.
From Superbad, whenever he's like, hey, I got to go schedule classes. What am I going to eat dessert by myself? Like I'm Steven fucking Glansberg. Like, so yeah, it's real nice for the first day. And then second day, it's like, oh, I'll find some other things that occupy my mind. But then by the end of that week, you're just like, fuck, I can't wait to get home.
It's so funny. But luckily, I had some time to hang out with some friends.
Yeah.
Have some good times with them. And just go out to, have a couple of dinners here and there. Get a couple things done around the house. Not much.
Yeah.
I like it more done at the house, but then I work more at my normal job when I don't have them. So then it becomes, oh, I'm actually working more.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably supposed to actually be doing.
Right.
But I'm not.
Your boss is going to be like, what happened on this?
Oh, man, you peaked. You peaked this week. What's up?
Last year on this week and this week and this week, you did fucking great. Like, what happened then? And you're like, oh, that's when Steph was gone.
Yeah.
The baby's
my wife and kids were out of town.
I had nothing else to do, so I just worked.
So I just worked.
Yeah.
So, it's just, it is what it is.
Right.
Just peaked.
but so, we got that. There's some kind of big game going on this weekend.
Oh yeah, I think maybe. I think Taylor Swift is going to be there.
Yeah, she
Twaler Swifties.
Twaler Swift.
Taylor Swift's going to be at this game. That's all I care about. So.
Yeah, but no, we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right. Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah. Fortunately, we don't have the Super Bounds
so I got two questions for you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask them at the same time. Who do you want to win, and who do you think's going to win? Because sometimes those are different.
Niners, Chiefs.
You want the Niners, but you think the Chiefs? I'm in the same boat with you.
Yeah, I want the Niners to win. I just, man, the publicity of Taylor Swift being in the stands, of everything going on. And I'm not discrediting that the Kansas City Chiefs suck.
Yeah.
I mean, their year performance did not look great, but they still pulled it together at the end, came out with the victory.
Well,
I hate this, the whole scripted thing. It's you can point things out. You can say things, a ref made these calls, ref made this call, whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't matter. But it is
when you say scripted, I don't think it's scripted as much as refs do have some bias sometimes.
Sure.
But
you pissed them off once in the past. They might be like, oh no, you touched him a little too much, buddy. Fuck off.
Yeah, you get some attitude in his face, he's gonna be pissed at you and fucking he's gonna call you for dumb shit. Probably still legal, but he wouldn't have called on somebody that was nice to him,
Yeah.
But
do the Kansas City Chiefs had probably a little more calls called in their favor on some major plays that made a big difference? Maybe. But the 49ers have a great story too. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Brock Purdy coming up.
Yeah.
Could be a story as well. He's a cute boy. Right. He's a cute boy.
But I will say
he's a Tom Brady looking son of a bitch.
Yeah, but I will say on no slight to Brock Purdy, but the Chiefs are kind of proven winners here,
Well, they won last year. Do you give it to them back to back? Or would you rather have a sad Taylor and Kelsey in the stands.
I don't want to see Taylor
and
sad.
her.
I don't want to see Taylor sad.
No, him sad and her consoling him could also be
that'd
the
be
highlight of the.
adorable.
I just figured it out. 49ers win. Put all your fucking money on the Niners, boys. Let's
That would
fucking
be so
go.
adorable.
That would boost everything way higher than him winning.
Then if they're both just happy,
Because she can't be on the field if he wins. If he wins, he's up in the stands. He's up doing his thing. He's doing all this shit.
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. She can't be near him. But if they lose,
If it was truly scripted, what makes a better story?
them losing
Yeah.
and her.
And he's crying, and then she's being the strong one. And they're like, see, women have power, and men can cry too. We all have emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like more of like
him
that.
messing the last touchdown just out of his fingertip. Oh, I couldn't catch it. And then he's on the sideline. It's like knee down, and she comes running out of nowhere.
And then somewhere out of nowhere, there's a mic. She's like, don't worry. You never have to worry about missing this catch.
Yeah, and she comes running out
Always-
of nowhere.
I'll always be here for your fingers. Or something. I'll never slip through your fingers.
Boom. The script.
Sorry, I made it sexual.
Boys, we just made the script. And if that's not the script,
Yeah.
then I don't know what they're doing. I mean,
Because that's even, I've heard so many people say, like, oh, the NFL's too woke and it's woke media and woke this. Like, how much more woke can you get if you're actually writing a script, a powerful woman helping a poor, sad, defenseless man? You know, like that could be like the woke fucking story of the year if it's
yeah.
literally all about that bullshit.
Signed, so delivered.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. You
I
almost had me
just-
sold on that.
I just fucking figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw one theory. It's like where
49ers.
he wins
by
the winning
3.
catch. He gets the winning catch, last couple minutes of the game or whatever, last seconds of the game, winning catch, and then he posed to her at 50-yard line and blah, blah, blah. And then she breaks out to and she starts singing a song of "It's a Love Story, Baby, Just Say Yes." Like,
I mean,
there's so many ways you could write this story, right?
that's
if it is scripted.
the problem. That's too scripted.
Right.
So everybody would know that. Mine is a little bit on the dark side.
Yeah.
That would pander more to people. Be like, oh, it wasn't
Well, 'cause
scripted.
what do they say? All stories or all movies, all plays, all that's either a comedy or a tragedy.
Yeah,
Mine's the comedy, yours is the tragedy.
mine's a tragedy with a good outcome, though.
Yeah.
So you want the tragedy with a good outcome.
And then Brock Purdy's standing over there with the fucking trophy and he's like, why aren't there any cameras on me?
Taylor, I'm up next.
Come shake my hand at least. Put the camera on me.
I'm cute. I'm up next. I know. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My script sounds more realistic than that script. Just saying.
Yeah. And it's hard to say.
Easier to write, too. Because you can miss a catch and make it look easier than catch the final catch.
And who's favored right now? Is it still San Francisco?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at the odds at all, to be honest. Don't give a shit because we don't get the Super Browns in there.
FanDuel Sportsbook. We are not sponsored by them.
But hey, what about those Super Browns?
The Super
By the
Browns.
way, Coach of the Year, Assistant Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Comeback Player of the Year, Mr. Joe Flacco,
Yeah,
my
dude.
fantasy homie.
Yeah.
What up? I mean, those 4 awards are big,
Yeah.
and to get them just wrapped up on one. There's a lot of talk because, like, Defensive Player of the Year, there's a lot of talk with, like, a few guys in the league. Hang on, I'm trying to think of them. My mind just went blank.
What's the point you're trying to get at?
Myles Garrett's a stud. He's a
Right.
stud. My point was they were saying there were some other players that were
That
talking
should have
like,
deserved
that
it
should
better or
have deserved it
something,
better,
yeah.
whatever. Myles Garrett missed 1 or 2 games, I think. So they counted that in, and they counted some other stuff in.
Well, I do believe that a lot of those, it's not necessarily like stats alone. It's more of the impact that you had on your team's success.
It's the eye. It's the eye.
Right.
Visual. The coaches, because the coaches, I think, vote on it, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm
No
pretty
idea.
sure all the coaches vote on it. Look that up. I mean, there might be officials that do it, but but yeah, I mean, Myles Garrett overall is the Browns defense.
Yeah.
And if it takes two guys all the time to cover him, and he's not getting a sack that game, or maybe it's one sack that game instead of getting 6, and then the other guys are getting sacks,
Right.
you have to take that into a look and be like,
and that's why I said it's not necessarily all about the stats. It's more about your impact on that team.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
take some of these other guys with all the stats, if you take them off the team, it's like, well, they're a
Yeah.
fucking great team. You know,
Mhm.
like there's so many other factors involved there where that team probably could have had maybe not as successful, but similar success. Very
just
close.
because this guy got just as many sacks,
Yeah.
or maybe a couple more sacks than Myles Garrett.
Whereas
even.
when you take Myles Garrett off of our defense, we suck. You know what
well,
I
no,
mean?
we don't
We
suck.
don't- yeah,
but,
but,
no.
it's
It's a big
very
hole.
impactful.
It's a big hole,
It's
yeah.
very impactful.
There's
you know?
2 guys that are like, you're covering him every game.
Right.
They're putting 2 guys. You're covering Myles Garrett, like
Right.
every game. So it opens up the hole for every other guy. And I mean, we had a top tier defense. The Browns had a top tier defense all year long.
Yeah.
I think they even lost a couple big key points in that.
Well,
due
and
to
like some of them were
injury.
injured a lot of the times and shit.
Just 1 or 2, I think, on defense. But still, he's just a man.
Yeah. He was a
And
beast.
I look forward to his Halloween garden every year.
Yeah.
Every quarterback he's sacked, he puts a new one out every year. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it was Baker now, MVP of the Pro Bowl and all this shit. And
Baker
oh,
Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield. Oh, Baker Mayfield.
I've said it before on this podcast. I'm going to say it again. We never gave him enough of a chance.
We gave him a chance. He fucking sucks.
He took us to playoffs.
He sucks.
We won a playoff game with him.
Yeah, he sucks.
I'm not saying that he's amazing, but I don't think we gave him enough of a
He's
chance.
not. No, I shouldn't say he sucks. Because Baker's
How many seasons we have Baker Mayfield?
2,
2.
I believe.
And we've had Deshaun Watson for 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't count Deshaun, out yet, but
Baker Mayfield also had a shoulder injury. So Deshaun Watson has a half a season to make it up then for what Baker did in those 2.
okay, you're talking about 2 different quarterbacks, and what did Baker just do? He just choked like he always does. So
I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm not saying Baker's that terrible. He's okay.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think
that's the thing,
he's-
is I'm not saying he's great.
Mm.
I don't think we gave him enough of a chance at first. I don't know.
I
if
mean,
he
I would
would've been our
love to
guy.
see Baker go and shit win a fucking Super Bowl,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's that guy. I just don't. I mean, he's good. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
It's like us with Joe Flacco. You know, Joe Flacco comes in. He's looking like, oh my God, it's goddamn Joe Flacco. And I'm like, I want Joe Flacco to start next year. Do I really? Probably not. Because at the end of the day, he's still old. He's going to get hit once and
Yeah.
shit's going to go bad.
What I want is him to be on our sidelines teaching a rookie quarterback.
Yeah. And if we need him, he steps in.
Yep.
I want him for 6 weeks. That's it.
I don't want him for the whole season.
I mean, no. On the sidelines, yeah, whole season. I mean, but he has to be quarterback. That was just a situation. And I don't think you're going to get that everywhere. And I don't think the same thing's going to happen everywhere. Like, I don't think Joe Flacco can come out next year, like, be like, hey, you know what? Joe Flacco said he's going to $1,000 game. He's going to play.
Yeah.
And he said, but only if Deshaun sits. Obviously, he would never do that because he's a nice guy and he would never do that to Deshaun. But, 2, he loves money. And who wouldn't when you're a professional sports player? But if he did that and came out, I don't know if I'd want that because it creates a weird team. It creates a weird animosity. But
I don't want Deshaun to sit. I want Deshaun to start, and I want Deshaun to prove me wrong. Because I've said it before, I don't think is our guy. I don't think it. And he tried to talk me out of it, and we probably shouldn't. We shouldn't go into it again. Yeah. But I want him to prove me wrong. That's all I want.
And he probably will, a little bit. I mean, he'll get his playoffs again.
Got my fingers crossed.
It's just, and then let's just hope our buddy Nick Chubb, we love you. Yeah. Come back and be healthy.
That's all I need is a little chubby. That's all I ever need. That's all I ever need is a little chub. That's all. I just need some chub action.
Because like I told our other great friend Eric Willer, I said, man, just imagine if we had Nick Chubb this year, healthy the entire time, Mm-hmm. I don't even know if we would have got Joe Flacco then, to be honest, because all the other quarterbacks would have looked a lot better if you had Nick Chubb in there, though.
Well,
and the other quarterbacks probably wouldn't have got hurt.
Well,
so.
but the other thing I heard too is before Chubb's injury, they were trying, because he's definitely a great runner,
mm-hmm.
and in the offseason before this season, they were trying to be a good pass also, and go out and get the short passes, do some screens, and which he was excelling at in those, like, what was it, first game and a half? He only played like 2 games or whatever.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
2 games, yeah.
His short season, he was doing some good screens. He had some good averages on that, and they had him dialed in, and then he got hurt. So maybe, we lose we might have still got Flacco to get some little screens and shovel passes and shit to him too anyway, because they were grooming him to be.
I'm just saying
to be next level on top of the running. Also, get a little.
It doesn't matter. You have Nick Chubb on that backfield. Yeah. It does not matter.
It changes the game
because now you have to protect against run. Once you get these other guys in, you're like not so worried about it. You get Nick Chubb in there, you're worried about it.
Right.
It changes the defensive structure against you. It opens up more passing for you. It's a lot different.
Right.
The guys we had coming to replace him, they did okay. I mean, we brought Kareem Hunt back.
Yeah.
He did okay. But anyways.
And even Kareem Hunt.
Enough Brown.
In a statement I saw, he said, what are you going to do after this season? He's like, I'm not going nowhere. It was his exact words. So he's planning on staying if we'll have him, but who knows what the fuck we're going to do in the offseason.
Probably.
As well.
I'll probably keep him because, I mean, at this point, we can't pay him any money. But
yeah. I don't think he's ever done bad for us.
No, Kareem Hunt's just a solid goal line pusher.
Right.
You need a couple yards, don't know. But yeah. Anyways, enough Browns.
Yeah. What else we got going on?
I was going to ask you what else you got going on, but now I'll just come up with something random.
Well, I want to go back to maybe a little Super Bowl. I'm always interested in the entertainment aspect of it.
Sure.
At this point, from what I saw from the lineup, I'm thinking in-game entertainment. Commercials anymore are just stale. It's all more corporations, and none of them are funny. It's like, and we've gone through so many years of "we're with you," COVID bullshit. So hopefully they're funny this year. I don't know. I've lost all hope on.
Did you see
on commercials?
Yeah.
But in-game entertainment, we got, was it Reba McEntire doing the national anthem?
Banging.
And we got Post Malone's doing
love it.
Another pregame. I think it's what's the fuck? Oh, Beautiful? One of those ones,
Yeah.
And then halftime we got Usher.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Because you're going to have all 3 of them together then.
I don't know. You might not.
No, you will.
You didn't mix it in last time. Halftime last year
was
all
3.
Rihanna.
Usher, Post, Reba. Those are 3 beautiful souls.
I want to see Taylor come out of the stands and take the mic from Usher and be like, I got this.
Those are 3 beautiful people. Because how much trouble's Usher ever gotten into that I can remember? Yeah. I mean, he probably did some shit.
I'm not a huge fan of the fact that he's based his entire career off of, I'm like the new Michael Jackson. I'm not a fan of Michael Jackson because of his past discrepancies that nobody else wants to cancel him for, but I don't like him because of that.
I don't. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, damn it, Steve.
Sorry. If we're gonna cancel people for shit, we're canceling people for shit.
Let's X-nay that out. Let's X-nay that out of the conversation. Right. The three of them together. Oh, we got something. We got a country pop.
Yeah.
Banger. I mean, I want Post and Shania together because that already sounds like a fucking country banger. And throw a little Usher beat in the background. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's Shania. It was Reba.
Or Reba.
But
sorry.
I get what you're saying.
But that already sounds like a fun, upbeat country banger anyway. So let's do that.
Usher's definitely the halfie. Reba.
I'm really surprised Usher's the halfie though.
Yeah, she's singing Star Spangled Banner.
Has Usher done a halfie ever?
I don't think so.
This is his first one.
Posty is America the Beautiful. Is what Posty's singing.
Yeah, I mean Posty's definitely coming on stage for that.
Andra, I don't know. She's singing Lift Every Voice and Sing. Don't know what that even is. Tiesto. He's like a fucking DJ.
Wait.
He's be the Super Bowl's first ever in-game DJ, playing a pre-game set as players warm up and during breaks in the game.
Wait, you just be a DJ?
So what the fuck? It was announced that he was going to be now. So why'd you even include him in this goddamn article that I'm reading? Because now he's dropped out. So never mind that. Tiesto's not playing.
Well, yeah, because you're just a DJ.
So
the Super Bowl.
No. So now that Tiesto dropped out, producer DJ Cascade is going to step in as the Super Bowl's in-game DJ. The Super Bowl is going to have an in-game DJ. Don't they always have, or is it going to be playing live on
producer,
air?
No, it says after Tiesto dropped out. No, it's producer and
DJ Cascade.
Producer and DJ Cascade was stepping. So it's probably the producer for the guy that dropped out. He's like, you know what? I don't want Klein anymore.
He'll fill the same
I'm dropping out. I got another guy that's way better. Anyways.
He's going to perform during featured breaks during the game.
I feel like it's all Spanish, maybe. Maybe it's a Spanish side?
Well, don't, live events always have some kind of DJ. They play different music. Usually it's like arena rock, like, we will rock you, like all that bullshit.
I've always wondered, did they do the national anthem in, like, Mexico?
Yeah.
Do they still hear our national anthem?
Yes.
For the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Well, it's like if we watch the World Cup.
And then America the Beautiful, they hear that? No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they cut that commercial. I guarantee they cut that commercial. I guarantee they cut all of that commercial.
I would imagine that the NFL, being the media giant that they are, they say, we only give you, because that's how it works.
I'm just saying, look at these DJs. These guys are a little. I'm not saying they're not going to do a good job. The Spanish beat is way better than any beat I can come up with.
It's just like, so
think of it as
when
I'm not trying to say anything. I'm trying to say something. I'm just trying to say, like, if they're watching it in a foreign country, do you think they hear, I know we hear national anthems at Olympics and blah, 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 that you're about to say.
No, that's not what I'm about to say, because you keep cutting me off. I'm just kidding.
I know. Go ahead.
Think of it like when you tune in a Super Bowl, I've seen it before, and you get like fucking 800-588-2300 Empire Today. That's only in our region where they play that commercial. Yes. They're not playing that one out in LA markets. They're not playing that one in New York markets.
Well, I know that.
So in those markets down south, that's when they get their break, and they get the chance to put in their influence on it.
That's not what I'm saying. What I was saying was, are they going to run the commercial during our anthem? Because it's our anthem. Does it really matter? It doesn't matter to them. So do they get a commercial during that time?
That probably,
or do they get something completely? They get people on the field.
I don't know. I would imagine that would be more of a country to country and contract to contract broadcasting thing that we have no idea how it works.
I mean, I've seen Canadian national anthems. I've seen national anthems of other countries, like during the Olympics and stuff like that. but it's a Super Bowl, so I don't know. Like, it's both American. There's no other team involved besides America, so I don't know if they're just like,
well, in my
do you care? So we just run an ad during this.
No, the way my brain works is like if you want to watch the Super Bowl,
That's why they have a celebrity sing it. Never mind.
If you want to watch the Super Bowl,
I just made my own answer in my head.
Yeah, if you want to watch the Super Bowl, you have to listen to Reba McEntire sing the national anthem.
I just made my own answer in my head.
These are your cues. This is when you tune in. We'll give you your allotted time to tune out for whatever the fuck you want to put on during that. You know.
This is why they have a celebrity sing it, so that.
It's still entertainment for them because it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, oh, it's a Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
You know.
Got it.
You know.
All right.
Because they don't give a shit what Post Malone's singing. They're still watching Post Malone.
I was just thinking about it. I just wondered about it, so I kind of brought it up, and we went a little up and down with it, but that's all good. All good.
And then you kind of circled around and answered. Don't you love when that happens? You're just like, no matter what, you're like, hey man, have you ever thought of like this blah blah? And then you're blah blah, blah and then you answer your own question like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, we got Mr. Willow saying Chiefs win. TJ Watt, yeah, that's who I was talking. I was trying to talk about. TJ Watt was pissed that Myles Garrett won.
Yeah, and he chimed in with 4. I think he was talking about that's how many we had. Season we had with Baker was 4.
Yeah,
but
we had 4.
Baker
still fucking sucks.
That was a while ago. Whenever he
still sucks. I don't care.
I mean, I'm not saying he's great.
I mean, 4 seasons is long enough to. Yes, we went to 1 playoff in 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm 4 years in a row, baby.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get that.
No, we'll get a franchise quarterback one day.
Oh, here's one thing I wanted to talk about.
When our life is just so far away. Sorry.
That's all right.
That's Cleveland Slope.
No, there's something I saw. It was an article I saw just glancing through. I don't know whether it was Facebook or media bullshit, but coming out with Fireball flavored lipstick, like the whiskey.
Fucking cinnamon.
Basically cinnamon. You have lipstick that's like cinnamon lip balm.
Let me give you some cinnamon fucking ass in your mouth.
What I was thinking is I feel like any chick that's gonna wear Fireball flavored lipstick probably already tastes like Fireball anyway, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're going to be making out with a chick with Fireball flavored lipstick, she's already been barreling down like 18 shots of it. But now, you know. Like, to me, I feel like that's just just put on regular lipstick. Your breath already smells like that. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean.
Or is that just something you put in your purse and whenever they blame you for drinking at work, you're like, it's my lipstick. No, I smell Fireball whiskey on your breath. Like, it's my lipstick. It's fine. Don't worry.
I mean, it shouldn't smell like whiskey. It's just going to smell like fucking cinnamon.
Right.
So, I don't know. You know what it's going to smell like? It's going to smell like little fireballs my grandpa used to give me. You had a big fucking container of them always. And it'd be like, go in there and grab a handful of that. However many you got, that's how many you got to eat tonight.
Yeah.
And I get to stay up with him till fucking 2 a.m. I could go in and grab a handful of fireballs. So the hot, spicy little gobstopper fireballs, whatever you want to call them, candies.
Basically a jawbreaker.
Yeah, so you're popping those in your mouth. You watch the Three Stooges.
Cinnamon flavored.
You fall asleep. You maybe ate 2 or 3 of them, and the rest of them went right back into the container because before you fell asleep, my grandpa just take the rest of them and pop them right back in. And he's like, these little shits are going to eat 3 of them. Genius idea. Yeah, but I mean, just smart from a grandpa stage. I don't know.
Yeah.
Loved it. He'd smoke his pipe. We'd watch Three Stooges, and he'd have his thing of fireballs.
That's dope.
Yeah. I had a great question for you, and it just, I don't know where it's at now.
Just lost it?
I'll think about it here in a second.
All right.
You got another one for me?
I don't know if you want to talk about hydrogen motors.
Hydrogen motors, yeah, we can.
Yeah. So Toyota, like a couple weeks ago, released a statement saying that they have an amazing, awesome hydrogen motor that is going to kill the electric vehicle market. And then, uncoincidentally, I think it was this week, Chevrolet and Honda released that they're doing a joint venture where they invested, which is kind of cool, even though it's in that state up north.
Yeah.
That $80 million they invested.
Say Michigan when it's good stuff. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you can say it.
When it's not dealing with
It's not
sports.
football time. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yes,
not
you can
dealing with
absolutely say it.
So they're
it's not like it's fucking toxic. We are connected to them. We will support them
So
when we
Honda-
need to.
So Honda and Chevrolet just invested $80 million into a plant up there that will produce their version of this new hydrogen motor that's also aimed at killing the electrical vehicle market. And they said that they could see it in Honda's CRV as early as late 2024 of this year, which I think is insane. And I've always said, and I've always thought that I don't hate electrical vehicles. I love the idea of an electric motor. I love the instant torque. I love the horsepower. I love the speed. I love that fierceness of it.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that people like, all these gassers, it doesn't have the same feel as like the power of a gas motor.
No, it's faster.
No, it's way better.
It's way faster, way more efficient.
It just doesn't make the noise. Like the only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't make that grumble, which whatever. Get over that by going faster. But with hydrogen, you get that kind of ferocity of the gasoline engine. Maybe not as quick torquey and as instant torque like an electrical vehicle.
But an easier swap.
But the only byproduct is water. When you burn hydrogen, you literally just make water vapor.
CO2,
steam.
which the
No,
atmosphere
you don't make CO2. You literally, when you burn hydrogen, you not even make CO2. That's the problem with gas.
You did.
No, the problem with gas is that we're creating carbon emissions or CO2, and that's what everybody's saying. The carbon emissions are too high, or CO2 footprint, blah blah blah. That's what's called global warming and climate change. When you burn hydrogen, the only byproduct is water. The only one.
You had to burn CO2, but that's okay.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna disagree, but that's fine. But it's not bad because the atmosphere is made of a giant percentage of carbon. So it does not affect it one bit. We're already burning way more carbon by burning the fuel that we do. I'm but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Steve. I know you're gonna Google it and you're gonna get fucking crazy about it. And they're gonna say it's just water. It's just water.
The most important benefit of using hydrogen as fuel is that when you burn it, the byproduct is just water.
Yeah.
You don't create CO2 at all.
Yeah, but you create energy, which creates carbon.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know. This is like when we're doing math earlier, and you're like disagreeing about that. You Google it. I'm like, all right, well.
When you burn energy, you burn carbon.
No.
What does that even mean?
I'm not getting into it right now. Anyways. Either way.
The whole reason
it would be amazing because a hydrogen car would be amazing.
The only reason we haven't used hydrogen as a trustworthy fuel yet is because we haven't found a safe way to compact it into a car. It burns. It's so explosive. It's so volatile that if that was the fucking Hindenburg.
There's different efficiencies. Yeah, I mean, like
what was the word?
Efficiencies.
Okay.
That we're not, just like electric cars, with oiling parts and things like that.
I think the problem with electric cars is the way you got to mine the batteries. That's way worse on the environment.
Well, no,
nobody's talking about.
Well, nobody's talking about the rest of the car too. I mean, yeah, it's the same transaxle and axle and everything too.
Right.
But inside that drivetrain that needs to be packed with grease and oil that they have not really talked a lot about. That also costs a lot of money to get repacked and stuff like that. There's other things that go into it.
I get what you're saying, but the main
there's a longevity to them.
The main concern about anything that we're dealing with cars is the emissions of them. It's not because even regular cars use oil and grease and all that stuff. They rely on fossil fuels for rubber, plastic, all that. You still do that with electric vehicles. It's just when you drive that vehicle a mile, the only thing that anybody ever seems to be concerned about is what emissions it puts out to burn that energy to get it that mile. They don't care about the rubber. They don't care about the plastic. They don't care about the grease, the oil, anything else that's in that vehicle. It's all about what it's burning for energy. And I think that EVs are better because when you take it that mile, there's nothing coming out of it, but they don't consider the fact that you have to charge it, you know? And that charging is based on a fossil fuel burning.
It could be a solar plant. Why can't it be a solar plant?
Because the solar plants don't generate enough power.
No, they do.
Not really. The only thing.
Well, I charge mine on a solar plant, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's a dumb argument.
They think they are.
It's a dumb argument that's going both ways. And
the only way you can.
You're trying to make it one-sided, right? Quick, and this is why I'm trying to stop you real quick. Because you could have a solar plant in your house, and you could be charging it completely on solar. You're not affecting the environment. You're not doing anything wrong.
I'm not trying to make it one-sided. I'm giving both sides of the argument.
No, you immediately said this group that has electric cars is wrong because they don't think about this. That's what you said, Bob. I'm sorry. That's why I'm stopping you.
Okay.
Because, no, some of them don't.
So,
the gas people don't think on the other side too either. That some of it could be solar charged. Guess what? Las Vegas gets all of their power through a hydrogen generator. The Hoover Dam. You ever heard of that?
It's not hydrogen.
Oh, it's hydroflow, whatever. It's fucking. But it's not burning coal. It's not burning gas. It ain't burning shit. It's hydroelectricity. Not hydrogen, but you know what I mean. You know what I meant.
I know, but you also know what I meant. I wasn't saying that every single EV out there is powered by fossil fuel burning.
But you said every
plants.
person that thinks that way did that, so that's why
80% of the nation's power. 80% of the nation's power is produced by coal or fossil fuels.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it's not absurd for me to say.
Well, I'd say
that then 80% of the EVs out there are charged by coal or fossil fuels.
Sure. But that line production and our power lines are also fucking terribly infrastructured too, by the way. We'll talk about that.
Honestly, if we really want to get down to
damn it, we're going down a rabbit hole.
Honestly, if we want to get down to it, I think we shouldn't have fossil fuel or coal power electrical plants. We should have nuclear everywhere.
Nuclear's fucking awesome.
It's the greatest.
It's fucking sweet.
Its only byproduct is fucking steam. This is water again.
Byproducts. A bunch of you bitches are scared of it.
That's it. Yeah.
Put a nuclear reactor in my car. Pop that bitch
Love
in
it.
there.
Yeah.
Because you can make them mini.
We have them in submarines.
They know how to make them mini. They put them in subs.
Yeah. They're in fucking submarines. You know what I mean?
Pop that in my car.
Just because what? We had one in Chernobyl that went very bad.
Is it? Maybe
3 Mile Island there in the northeast somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, you can kill...
But it never went super bad.
But if mine in my car blew up, it'd only be like a 500-600 foot radius. It's not that bad. I mean, sorry if you're in my wake, but
or
I'm dead too.
Or run that EV, run that electric vehicle, and exchange every power plant over to nuclear, and then you don't even have to worry about having the nuclear reactor in your car.
Look, we're stepping into that world that we always talked about. Like, we don't really want to get too hard to core into because it gets political fast. And it does different things.
To do with politics. The solution to all this has everything to do with politics.
Yeah, but
our ideas based on what we like energy wise has nothing to do with our politics.
We need a stepping stone, and electric vehicles is an easy stepping stone. So we get to electric vehicles, and you see Teslas everywhere already. Boom, they're already out there. Boom, boom, boom. That's a stepping stone.
Yeah, it is a stepping stone for having people want to be looking for the next good idea. Because to me, and hear me out, here's my point that I've always brought up is that I think that electric vehicles are our plastic bags of this crisis. Because remember when you had to switch from paper to plastic? Don't use paper bags. It's bad for the environment. Use plastic. That's way better. And we're like, fuck yeah, that is way better. Let's all do that. Let's all paper or plastic. I want plastic. I care about the environment. And then all of a sudden we realize like that was not the best option.
Yeah, but
There's way better options out there. But it was like you said, it was that stepping stone that put us in the mind frame of why do we always have to settle on what's been done? Let's look forward to doing better, you know?
yeah, well, we're building these stations. We're building all these electrical stations, right?
Yeah.
And there's also a reason for that too. That gets us to the next phase. So, like you say, hydrogen. You can do electric hydrogen. You can basically charge that. Your car's gonna be running water in a minute. Like, not in our lifetime, but in the next couple 100 years, our car's gonna be running water.
I feel like if we do the big switch to hydrogen, and we focus more on that, there will be a technology, and I think they have it now. I just don't know if it's efficient enough to turn water into hydrogen instantly in your car to be able to burn that hydrogen.
It's been created.
Yeah,
but
it's already out there. I know,
yeah.
but
those guys have been murdered too.
It's just not efficient enough to put it in your car yet. But
we're in it, but yeah.
And honestly, I think we probably might have been going enough by now. So
it doesn't matter. But what I was just thinking is like, it's happened. It will happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not. And like I said, don't get me wrong. I love electric vehicles. I want a fucking Tesla. I want a Tesla.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to contradict you.
Yeah, the tech in them is so much cooler.
Say,
the tech in them is so much cooler. The speed of them is so much greater. The quickness is amazing. I just don't. I want it because I love it. I don't want it because I think it solves our whole.
It's a skipping stone.
Emissions thing. You know,
it's a skipping stone until we get to our next thing,
right?
Which is going to be something even crazier. And everybody's probably half the population is going to hate it and half the
hopefully
love it, but
probably not in our lifetime. It'll be anti-gravity type shit.
Man, let's have magnets and flying cars, baby. Let's go.
That'll be the cool shit.
Skip
then it's
traffic
like,
and just pew, and it'll be all computer driven and AI driven. Ooh, that's going to scare a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything isn't scary, this AI is scary already. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's the last thing, but we have gotten deep.
That's the thing is we don't have to worry about any of this because we're probably the last organic life forms that's going to have sentient thoughts anyway.
Yeah. You guys are about to get sucked in by the AI.
Yeah, but hey, man.
Hey, we warned you.
We tried. We tried. Like we said it before, we'll stay on the air as long as we can to be the voice of the resistance against the robots.
John Connor's early. All right, love you guys.
Hey,
click like and subscribe. Tell your grandma about us.
Did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time. Hope you had a damn good time.
I did have a damn good time. I was setting you up for that. I was like, wait a minute. Isn't there usually a little back and forth there? A little back and forth?
We may have hung out too long tonight because I had too many beers.
We hope you guys had a damn good time as well. Like he said, also click like, subscribe. Tell your grandma to listen to us. She's going to love us. She'll love it. I feel like your grandpa would love some of this too as well.
Oh, yeah.
And as always, stay tuned till next week when we come back to you for another damn good time. We love you.
Love you.
And I love you, Cody.
Love you.
Cheers. Till next week.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.